remember the darkest of days and the rain pouring all around? Do you remember? I remember when all that there was pain, tears running down your face. Sometimes we lose our way and think we should give up the race. Nothing's impossible.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
We shall fall.
I see y'all tapping in. What's going on, everybody? What up?
Always have saved you.
Let's go.
Nothing else can break you.
Hey, let's go. That's what's up. That's that save you. That's by that Cyrus. Should be on later on tonight. Welcome everybody to Black Culture The Breakdown. I am your boy Jerzey. What up?
Yes.
So today we got a super dope show. It's called For the Love of Music. We got a lot of people in the building that's going to be talking to us about their musical journey. All right. So man, I see P-Dot in the building. What up, P-Dot?
Yes.
I see you. Oh, Taekwon. What up, Taekwon?
Yes.
So if you on this live, say yeah.
Yes.
Give me some energy. I need some energy from y'all. Let me see some fires. Let me see some fist pumps. Let me hear a yeah. I need to hear something. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Black Culture The Breakdown. We're going to get my man P-Dot on here, and we're going to get the conversation jumping from Jump Street. All right? Let me get that together. Okay. All right, P-Dot. Moment of truth. What's going on, Fancy? Mercedes, I see you. What up, Miguel? Yeah. Living with Saul. Yeah. What up, Ramos? Talk by T. I see you. Ah, there you go. What up, P-Dot?
My man was good.
What's going on, bro? Welcome to Black Culture The Breakdown, man.
Appreciate you having me.
Of course, of course. So, man, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Okay, well, first off, I'm go by the name of P. MMR. If I'm here to tell y'all about anything, it's Bars from the Car. I do a 60-second Instagram series where I ride around Jersey City, where I'm from, and I just spit 60 seconds from start to finish to some of the hottest they gonna hear. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what gained my notoriety. And then from there, for 2021, I've been dropping an album every other month. So that's what I
Wait, hold on.
I got going on.
They dropping an album every other month?
Yes, sir.
My brother. So tell us how much. Walk us back to the beginning.
Okay.
So how long you been doing music for? And how did
Okay, well, I've been doing music for about, give or take, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, hold on, I didn't get the second part. You kind of faded out.
So how did you get into music and pretty much like just the journey of it all?
The journey, well, you know, it all start out, admiration. You hear it on the radio. You see, you catch the image. It all appeal to you. You from the hood, so naturally people around you are talented. Have that gift too. But basically, I was just wanting to emulate what I seen Bad Boy and all of them doing. And I listened to a lot of the street versions of it. So I was just like Murder Maces and the Locks and all of that before they was the Bad Boy glitter. So I was into that. And then when everybody seemed to transition into the street part of it, I was into that. So, just being into the music, started writing and doing battle raps when I was like 17. And then I got with Many Men Records, shout out to everybody on MMR. And then we just been, kind of pushing the envelope since then with the team and the label. It's just as of the last 3 years is when things really been picking up for me with Bars from the Car, with the music, finally getting some notoriety and some love out here for what I've been doing.
What you've been doing. So now you mentioned it's interesting because you painted a picture. You said 10 years ago started, and now the last 3 years you started getting recognition. So
right.
There was like a 7-year of this grind time, nobody no mind. So walk us through the process of when it actually was like nobody was paying try to get looks. Where was that pivot?
Yeah, honestly, it was social media. Once I figured out how to use this thing to my advantage, as opposed to just, liking pictures and chasing girls, I started figuring out how to make it work for me. And then that's when Bars from the Car came about. Once that took off, you know, I literally just used social media just for that. And it, you know, people loved it. It was something different. It was something, you know, something appreciated a lot in my hood. And then that opened people up to, you know, saying like, oh yeah, he been doing this thing. He been doing this thing. So, you know, then it was like, oh, we did know he did this. He was rapping. He was good. So let's pay attention now. Okay, let's go back now and listen to what he was doing oh, he's been good. And this is what I get a lot of now, but I take it because all they had to do was just ignore me like they've been ignoring. But you know, God is good. I got some eyes, I got some ears.
Yes.
And I'm making the most.
Definitely, man. Whole fact. So you know what? I actually have your album right here in front of me, right? Do you want to talk to us about your favorite track on here and would you mind us playing 30 seconds?
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't mind at all. The album that you have, I think you might what you got last Wednesday or 7 Letters?
Hold on, looking at it right now. Just in the way.
See what you got. Cause I told you I've been dropping every other month. This month is my next drop. So I'm coming out this month of May. Then I got another one.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I got you now. What happened?
Oh, I don't know what happened. But I got Instagram be bugging sometimes. I got last Wednesday.
You got last Wednesday. Okay, bet. So I'll introduce you to that. Last Wednesday was dropped on March 31st, the last Wednesday of that month. And it was an ode to my female crowd because on every Wednesday when doing Bars from the Car, I did a freestyle series. I did a freestyle for them every Wednesday, like a Women Crush Wednesday. So it was catered to women. That crowd, you know, was my main supporters at one point, and they held me down. So I was producing shows literally just for women, no men allowed. So I was doing shows, and it was like these basically just flipping samples, freestyles, and you know, twisting in my own, you know, my own songs because I'm very much known for, you know, a lot of the female raps. You know, a lot of my relationship rhymes, you know, are very, very popular. So I introduced this song by saying that you can play my favorite song of this album would be 10 Times Over. And that's the intro.
All right.
And shout out to Faith, Aunt Faith, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely an Aunt Faith sample. You'll hear it, but definitely a great flip. And I think when you play that 30 seconds, everybody gonna want to hear a little bit more of it. So I appreciate you. Go to the album, it's in my bio, all access to everything. You know what I mean? I appreciate you rocking with me. So yeah, 10 Times Over off last Wednesday.
Here we go. Listen, if you feeling it, drop some fire emojis. All right, let your boy P. Dot know. Last Wednesday. Yeah, baby, I have a thing for you. Might even have a last name for you. I be on one knee and for the brains so you know me like in the crib and I sing to you, but I can't sing. No, not at all. If you can't either, but when we fucking sing it out, now so much pressure when the king is involved. And yeah, we tied down for life, but I won't string you along. All that shit be getting said, but we don't mention the words for all the time you down that I didn't deserve. I got you. You will get them blessings 10 times over. I've been doing better, now we 10 times stronger. Yeah, we take shots, let them take shots over. You know I'm doing better, baby, 10 times longer. Nah, fire.
My man.
10 times over, bro.
10 times over.
That beat is hard. You hard on it.
My man, thank you. Appreciate that.
Fire. Make sure y'all go stream that right now, last Wednesday.
Yes. Go grab that.
All right. So Mercedes is on. She's the next segment after you, and she's throwing you some flames right now. That's Canada in the building. Yes. All right.
Word. Appreciate you.
So that's all love. So what's next for P. Dot, bro? Tell us what's next for you.
Yeah, we got the album. It's called Long Awaited Unexpected. Dropping this month. We're gonna go for May 30th. Also you catch the last Wednesday album, the 7 Letters album before that. Made for This, The Separation. All the albums. I got so much all over the when you go to my link, everything pops up, all 12 albums. I'm out here lit. I'm out here working And like I said, this album got May 30th, Long Awaited, Unexpected. And then we got July, a new album on the way there too. So just constantly new music, constantly new material, new content. So get with me.
Okay, well, you heard what he talking about. Tap into that Cash App too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, my brother. Yo, close us out with a rhyme, bro. Close us out with a freestyle or something.
Close out with a freestyle.
Come on,
Okay, look. We walk, Kevy talk, Kevy make the ground shake. You ever heard a real story but it sound fake? You ever feel like everybody you round fake? Wait, you ever heard a real story but it sound fake? Wait, see, I'm controlling my fate. I'm guard body, nigga. Your math sound like the wrong date. Cherish everything you love before it turned to hate. I knew everything about drugs before I turned 8. This should be bigger than niggas. That's word to Nino Brown. A headshot, close range, doing Nino style. I diss a bad bitch just to sit her ego down. Get the pussy walk off like I'm D-Lo Brown. I poly with trappers, poly with shooters. I ate snakes with steaks and broke bread with Judas. 38s, 40s, and 45s be my cougars. No nigga do you like I do you. Real nigga jeans, baby girl. You could come and check the pedigree. My mama said I can't burn bridges and build a legacy. Hit the strip hard, pray I never catch a felony. Catching up the niggas that's ahead of me. Appreciate you, man. That's light. Little light 20 piece real quick.
Straight fire, bro. Nah, you lit. You black culture certified, my brother.
I appreciate that, man. Black culture. I love my people.
Of course, man. Listen, anytime you got nothing else you got pulling up, don't be a stranger on the show, bro. You feel me?
Man. I definitely appreciate the invite. Definitely appreciate you, man. We'll definitely be getting with you soon.
Of course, man. Most definitely. Man, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Until next time, my brother.
Absolutely. I'm going to stay on here, see what y'all got going on.
All right, definitely. All right, peace, everybody. All right, so that was P. Dot, yo. Make sure y'all tapping in with people that got talent out here, okay?
Yes.
Because some people really be out here rapping, but they ain't really rapping.
No.
Okay? So we got to make sure we represent and respect and put some respect on people that actually know how to spit.
Yes.
That's facts on period. Right, Mercedes? Yo, Mercedes, you up next. All right, let's get the conversation started. I'm excited. What up, everybody? How we feeling? Indy Crawford, what up? Oh.
Hello. Woo. The fro is taking up a lot of the screen right now, but it's all good.
Okay, you on here with all of your black girl magic. I love it. All right. Afro out, skin glowing.
Yes.
Crown is clear, and we are ready to go.
Yes.
That's a fact. Yo, everybody, welcome to Say It's a Black Culture to Breakdown. Welcome. So our show is all about tapping into black excellence, and I feel like you were one of the epitomes of black excellence.
Oh my goodness.
And I definitely want to hear your story and let the entire audience hear your story. So bring it back to the beginning and let us know who you are and what you do.
So my name is Mercedes Morris. I'm from Toronto. I'm a Scarborough girl, born and raised. You know, that's my thing. I like to call us Starborough because I feel like there's some real heavy hitters coming out of our area. We're making, you know, big moves on the TV screen and in the music. So I'm really proud to kind of be a part of that growth. I call myself an artist. I'm an entertainer. Most of you may know me from my acting. I've been acting for about 5 years now. I have a few shows on Netflix. I have a few more coming out. We'll get into that. But I've recently, last year during COVID, I decided to start releasing my own music. So growing up, I've always loved music. I was that kid who was like in the family get-togethers, telling the stories and just entertaining everybody. And so my mom she saw that talent in me, and she decided to help me shape it. So elementary school, I did all the talent shows, you know. High school, I decided to go to an arts high school here in Scarborough. It's called Wexford. So shout out Wexford.
Shout out Wexford.
Wexford, you know. And I was a part of their musical theater program. I knew I wanted to be a singer, but I also kind of felt that I was naturally a triple threat, and I wanted to, you know, make myself more well-rounded. So I did that musical theater program in high school. And from that, I really learned that I had some acting chops under there. So I went to theater school, and from graduating in 2015, I've been acting and living my dream. I'm really grateful, and I know that my heart was calling me back to music. So the chance that I got with COVID when things slowed down a bit, I decided to really give it a go. And I have 2 singles out on like iTunes and all platforms and all that good stuff.
Okay.
But it's like, I can't believe that this little girl from Scarborough is doing this. You know what I mean? But I love it. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. And can't wait to share more of my music with the world.
So you know what? Well, I actually have 2 of your songs pulled up right here, Pow and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce whichever track you want me to play right now, so give the audience some vibes.
Ooh, see, that's a tough one, because with my music, what I realized is that like each song is it's me, but it's also very different and unique. So maybe we'll get into Fire, because that has a little bit of my dance hall.
Okay.
And it has a bit of that dance hall fusion. So Jamaica represent, Guyana represent, all my islands, Caribbean, all of you. I really, really hope that you feel the good vibes on this one. Fire!
All right. Well, Fire. Drop some fire emojis if you feeling fire.
Roll up to the after spot, club locked.
Hey.
Bottles done pop tonight. I'm on a mission. Ain't going home till I found one. I'm on the search for my MJ. On the walk on the room tonight you rock the world away. Always keep shit lit. When we touch completely. Got the joint, I got the lighter. It's a roll aside, on mine is tighter.
Hey.
And take me higher. You wanna light it up, baby, fuck my fire. You got the joint, I got the lighter. It's a fuck aside, on mine is tighter. Take me higher. You wanna light it up, baby, fuck my fire. Tell me what is what you're into. I'm the type who wants to get.
I love it. More fire.
Fire.
Oh, it's a vibe. It's my first single. I couldn't believe it. I'm really proud of that.
That is a dope banger to come out with. And you know what? As someone that just listens to music all the time, just the art form of it, and I'm a creative director, so I do visuals. And when you listen to that, you start to dive into that world. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So you did a dope job. A lot of artists can't make that connection. You know what I'm saying? Did a dope job.
Thank you so much. I think it might be a little bit of my acting background as well. That I like to create a story. I want people to feel it. I realize people don't always remember what you say, but they'll remember how you made them feel.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And that gives you a little bit of that nostalgia.
Okay.
If you check out the video, the official video is out on YouTube, so everyone go run that up.
Run it up.
It's giving me like 90s dance hall basement vibes. Like it's a real banger. So I'm so grateful that you enjoyed it and you're feeling what I meant to put out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, first of all, the entire audience is feeling it right now. Okay? Rodney Nation is saying love this. Okay, DJ K fire, David Lloyd fire, Mackie fire. Like they were going crazy. The comments are moving, but going crazy while it was playing. You know what? Since you wanted to play your other track too, let's go ahead and introduce that real quick.
Let's do it. Pow. I do not condone violence, but if you listen real close, you'll realize this song is actually about some Twitter beef. It's actually about social media and how some people, they value their social media life a bit more than they do their reality. So don't play with me, because I might just have a little screenshot to send. I might have a little comment to drop. Don't play with your girl. You know what I mean?
Hey, I understand.
Get into it. Let's go.
Let's get into it. This is Pow.
evaluate your life. I've never been one to play nice. Before you pump the piece of shit, really thought twice. I'm coming at you full force. You want a piece, I'll bring you world warmer. You're clearly sick while I'm the cure. My favorite brand of medicine is in my camera roll. Okay, yeah, I get it, you're a little slow. I might have to break this shit down for you. My favorite brand of medicine is in my camera roll. I got my screenshots marked. Let's set, let's go! Yeah, we lost and loaded. Sounds about to fly. I heard you talking shit, but now I'm hearing no reply. My hours on the right, might as well just join my side. One slip up, cow, cow. Goodbye, yeah, we lost.
Come on. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Fire. Them dead. Them dead.
One slip up. Pow, pow. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Listen, that vibe was a whole power's a vibe, fire is a vibe. Two separate vibes, but all a vibe.
Vibes, thank you so much. I can't wait to release more and show you all what I'm working with, because it's just been a blast. And you know, I'm a songwriter as well. That's what's really, I'm really proud of that. As an actor, I'm doing other people's lines. In musical theater, it's other people's songs. But now this is all me.
That's all you. It's all you. So now everyone's saying right here your vocals. So you actually was singing down on that track.
Right.
So talk to us about where you actually recognize, like, I can kind of sing a little bit.
Well, to be honest, my mom told me that it was Mama, Dada, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I just skipped all the other words and I went right into music. She's a big music lover, so I guess maybe in the womb, you know, she was playing some tracks for me. And so I definitely have music and entertaining in my blood, in my veins, and I will never stop.
Okay. So now you are a triple threat. So now you just mentioned that you're on a couple Netflix series.
Yeah.
Movies. Talk to us about your experience into acting and then some of the things that you've been a part of.
You know, it's honestly a dream come true. I feel like, I just feel like so blessed. It's almost like crazy to talk about. I don't want to get emotional, but auditioning, it's not easy, but it's something I've been getting the hand of, and I'm grateful to be auditioning and working even through COVID. You know, I have a few things that recently came out, like an episode of The Good Witch, which is on the Hallmark Channel and the W Network. Like, you know, I have an episode of What We Do in the Shadows coming out. That's with Disney and FX. And I'm currently working on if you're like on my IG, you'll see I'm like posting at work a little bit. But I'm a part of another Netflix show. I can't talk too much about it, but there's some coming up. You can actually search my name, Mercedes Morris. I go by that for my acting as well as my music. Don't get it twisted. Double M. Yes. Double M. But you can search my name in Netflix, and all of my shows will pop up there. Be sure to check out Slasher Season 3. That's a vibe. That's a thriller. Anyone's into any like scary movies, a bit of gore, you know, it's how can I explain it? It's a whodunit, pretty much. So each episode, people are going to be passing away, and you're going to be watching the show like, who is it? Every time you think it's somebody, it's not them. So just if you're into that type of stuff, give Slasher a watch. You know, similarly, Between, you know, if you're into sci-fi, all those good stuff, Killjoys, you know, check me out on IMDb. You can see all of my info in the link, my link tree in my bio. So,
well, you know what?
Get into it.
Have your IMDb pulled up right here. All right. So did you Far Cry 6?
I might just be in a video game coming up. Yes.
Oh, come on. Yes. Look at Jesus. Okay. Good Witch. You just mentioned American Gods.
American Gods. Hello. That's on Amazon Prime and Stars. All my Americans, I know y'all watch Stars.
Okay.
I know y'all be on the Stars Network, so check that out.
All right. Come on. We're not even playing out here. Slasher, like you mentioned. Hudson and Rex.
Oh, so good if you're into mysteries. That's like a really good one. Yeah, just get into it. Don't be scared to go on the IMDb, okay?
Don't be it at all. You are killing it out here. One last question I want to ask you. What advice would you give to Black girls that want to pursue acting? You said you're a triple threat. You dance too?
Mm-hmm.
You better stop playing that, because you know that.
I will do it all. And that, like,
Eh?
the advice I would give, and I feel like my music kind of says a bit about this, is that confidence. You have to believe in yourself. Do not ever limit yourself. Like, who says that I can't sing and rap and act and dance and write and produce? And like, who says?
Yes.
Right? I'm a huge believer in manifesting. I'm a huge believer in manifesting. Ultimately, baby, you got to believe it to achieve it. There's no room for doubt. There's no room for second guessing. In your heart, you have to know that dream, that reality is already yours. And then you put in the work, you put in the effort, you take it step by step, day by day, and it's all gonna just unfold in front of you, right? But it's definitely, it does start with your belief in yourself, your confidence, your faith, and just like I tell people, keep going, keep growing, and keep glowing. Just shine.
Yo, I think that's such a dope revelation. You're such a great example of what hard work looks like, and just putting quality work out. You understand? Your music is great. Your credentials precede you on your IMDb page. Make sure you guys check all this stuff out, because sometimes I think, let me ask you this actually as the last question.
Come on.
Because in 2021, there's so much emphasis on social media.
Yeah.
Right? Do you feel like social media cheapens the art form a little bit?
I think life is what you make it.
Hmm.
I you know, in the industry, it's a bit weird. Sometimes there's rumors that roles are going to, what's the influencers? You know, some actors like, I spent my money, my tuition, I did my training. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's kind of it's hard sometimes when you hear you might be losing out to roles for, you know, kind of influencers. But like the gentleman before me said, you got to play the game. You got to play the game. I don't think social media should be everything. You know what I mean? But what you do, like, let it work for you. What I've been doing more recently is just sharing my positivity, sharing my positive affirmations, sharing little acting tips. Like recently I posted about how to deal with rejection. And in the music industry, that's very common, as well as acting. Like every time you do an audition, that there's a possibility of rejection. How do you deal with that? You got to keep the faith. You know, some things are going to go your way and some things won't. And you have to be okay with that. And like I said, keep going, keep growing, learn from all those lessons, learn from them, keep growing, and then just glow, just keep shining. You know what I mean? So, yeah, social media is definitely what you make it. Don't let it be your end all and be all, but it's important to play the game.
And how important is it to be good at your craft? Is social media more important than being good at your craft?
Oh, no. If you are spending more time on social media than learning your lines or writing your lyrics, that's counterproductive in a way. You know what I mean? I'm definitely a quality over quantity type of person.
Okay.
Find the balance, but let your craft, like, let it speak for itself. You know, there's some people out there, talented, very successful people, they might not have social media at all. They still secure in the bag though.
Okay.
Because their talent speaks for them, right? So focus on your craft, and then let the social media part kind of flow in after. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Mercedes, you were a gem. Come on, all right? Clap it up.
So much love. I'm hugging you through the screen.
I'm hugging you back too. So much love, and I'm sure they're all giving you love.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm really grateful to be here, and I really hope you're able to have me back.
Of course, you are going to be a friend to the show. Every time you got something new, pull up on us and share your thoughts. You right over there, skip, jump away in Toronto. All right? Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on all of the little social media platforms. You know, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok. I'm too fancy. I'm too fancy underscore. Mercedes Morris, once again. I hope everyone stays blessed, stays safe, and yeah, just keep shining.
Keep shining, and you keep shining too.
Thank you.
Morris, everybody. Thanks again.
Bye.
All right, y'all. So that was Mercedes Morris. So now we're gonna get Sarah on here, and we're gonna continue the conversation. But yo, Fly, get out of my face! You crazy? I'm sorry. There's a fly. I was just obviously not understanding. I'm doing a show right now. No. Okay. So that was Mercedes Morris. Make sure y'all tap in with her. She's super dope. IMDb page on 1,000. Yes. Okay. Music is on 100. All right. And she's out here doing the damn thing. We salute Black queens. All right. Now let's get this next Black queen on here, Miss Sarah. And we're going to get the conversation rolling. I hope you're having a great time on Black culture. How y'all feeling? What's up, Ari Ray? What's going on? I see y'all.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Sarah.
How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Black Culture, the Breakdown.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm actually kind of nervous at the same time.
No, don't be nervous. You look great.
Thank you. It's actually 4 a.m. Like, I had to wake up and then do a bit of makeup.
You know what? Well, we appreciate you and bless you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Over here in New York, it's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard. Over here.
Yeah.
A.m. over there. Last week we had on someone from South Africa, and it was also 4 a.m. there.
Really?
Same time. So I guess we're really professional now. Okay. Yeah. So we're loving this.
You're global.
Sarah, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Okay. So my name is Sarah Ikumu. I'm 20 years old. I'm a singer / songwriter / performer. And yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. That's kind of it in a nutshell.
It's all good. First of all, you're a beautiful singer.
Oh, thank you so much.
Beautiful singer.
How did you discover me?
So, how did I discover you? I just feel like I'm a music connoisseur. Okay. So I go through music all the time, and I just search around, I listen, or save you. And it really, I was like, there's something about this song that's really powerful.
Really? Thank you.
And to just do a little bit of research on who the artist was, and instead of doing the research, I was like, I'm just gonna have you come on. You're gonna just talk to me.
Love that. Straight to the point. Straight to the point.
So instead of doing the research and getting false information, I like to go right to the source.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know what? Can we actually talk about your track, Save You?
Yeah, sure. 100%.
What was the inspiration behind that track?
Do you know what? Save You was a funny one. I feel like, so that was my debut single. And it was, so after I came off like Britain's Got Talent and Showtime at the Apollo, for a long time I was just doing like performances, and I kind of like disregarded like studio and stuff. So I think one time I just went to the studio and I was like, you know what, it's time to create something. I knew what I wanted it to sound like, but I didn't really know too tough on like the message or whatever. So I went to the studio, I told him I wanted to sound something, you know, the mix of like Sam Smith and Adele and Emily Sandé, and just kind of like a blend of all those kind of things. And then of course he made like the beat first, and it was just like, it sounded like an uplifting kind of song. So it wasn't just me who wrote the song, it was another girl called Callie Claire. So we were just kind of talking, and we were just like, you know, let's do something that's going to uplift people. And then those words kind of just came through. I wouldn't even say it's something that I meditated or thought about and I was like, okay, I want it to be specifically this. It was kind of just natural.
So when you actually put the track out, what was like, okay, how do I want to break this question down for you? What was your expectation? Like, so you put this out, obviously really powerful, it's really meaningful.
Thank you.
It's sung beautifully, but what was your expectation from this track?
Do you know what? anytime I do stuff like that, like releasing and stuff like that, I'm a wreck. Like, I'm always so nervous. I try not to think about that. Of course, like, I try, like, I'm positive and keeping the faith and like trusting in God and stuff like that. But I try not to put like too much expectations. I feel like, just like what Mercedes said, you just like have to let your craft do the work. In fact, I think it was better perceived than what I thought, because I'm very like, I can be very harsh on myself sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if anyone's gonna like it and stuff like that. So what I got was kind of better than what I expected. Of course I did have faith, but yeah, I think I had, just like, you know, I had other people saying like, oh, it's really uplifting, it's really helped me, and I didn't expect that, which is a reward in itself.
Definitely a reward. Would you mind saying 30 seconds to Save You?
Yeah, I don't mind, of course.
Okay. Well, go ahead and introduce Save You so the people who haven't heard it
Okay.
can.
Wait, do you want me to play, or do you have it?
I have it queued up.
Okay.
Introduce it.
So guys, this was my debut single back in 2018, and it's called Save You, and it's just about uplifting yourself and keeping the faith.
Right.
Find your way through the pain. Do you remember? I remember the darkest of days and the rain pouring all around. Do you remember? I remember when all that I knew was pain. Tears running down my face. Sometimes you look away and think we should give up the race. Nothing's impossible. Together we share it all. Running through it all. Always have to you. Nothing else can break you. Nothing else can break you. Pieces. Broken down pieces.
Come on. Big dude, come on.
Thank you so much.
So, like, okay, you mentioned that you were on British Got Talent.
Yeah.
Right? And you are obviously a vocalist, an excellent vocalist.
Thank you.
How did you get your training, and when did you actually realize, like, yo, I think I can sing?
Okay, so I always was singing since I was very, very, very young. Like, my parents tell me, like, even when I was 3 years old, like, I never used to play with toys. I always used to play like with the karaoke microphones. So I feel like from young it was kind of always planted in me. However, so my dad's a pastor, so he had a
Ooh,
church. Pardon?
you're a PK.
Yeah, I'm a PK. I'm a good PK though. I feel like
Okay.
There's such a bad stigma against like PKs, but I'm a good one.
Okay.
But yeah, so I used to sing in church, like the little solos. But of course, at that time was more just like, oh, I like singing, you know, nothing serious. In fact, when I was young, I think I wanted to be a model. Like, I was a diva. I just wanted to be a model. But I think in 2011, I moved to Kenya for a little bit, because that's where I'm originally from. And the school that I was in, they liked holding like what would we call it? It was like, we'd have like prize days and like competitions and stuff like that. So I'd always be singing. And then at one point, you know, they came and they said, they told my parents like, oh, your daughter can like sing, like we should give her like a scholarship to go to South Africa. And then of course my parents were like, no, but you know, we brought her from the UK, so we might as well just take her back. So my parents were like, okay, yeah, she's going back. So I came back, And my dad was like, oh, like, I want you to promise me, like, you know, when we go back, you're really going to put like a lot of effort in this because, you know, we want you to succeed and all of these stuff. So when I came back, obviously got back into school, and my mum would like enter me in these like really small competitions and regional competitions. And that's really how I grew, I think, my confidence, because a lot of people, of course, say like, oh, you know, she's such a diva on stage. It's like something like possesses her. But it's just, I think, just the more you do it, the better at it, like the better you're gonna get. I wouldn't say I had too much vocal training. Like I'd have like some school ones here and there, once maybe every 2 weeks, but I would say it was mainly just practice. Like my parents would make me, anytime I come back from school, at least an hour like practicing by myself and pushing me to do covers. So I feel like even if you don't have, like, even if you can't go to a vocal coach or you can't afford it or something like that, you can always, like, what you have is what you need. So like on YouTube, you can do vocal lessons if you want on YouTube. You can, even doing covers is still a way of practicing. And that's how I really got into singing. And that's from that time, that's when I knew like, okay, yeah, this is what I really want to do. So that was about around the age of like 13 or something like that.
Got you. So you've been doing
Yeah.
this for fun. So then what was your first viral cover? Do you remember?
Viral cover, right?
I said right.
You know, it is, at the time I thought I was banging. I remember I did a cover of Listen and it got like 1,000 views in that one night, and that moment, I thought I'd made it. That's when I thought, you know what, yeah, I've done it. But now it's like, yeah, that was not it.
That's funny. But listen, 1,000 views in one night for someone that's like not really is
At that time I was like 14, so it was like, yeah, I'm going in. Hadn't been on Britain's Got Talent, so I was happy.
that was good. That's epic. So then now, when you did Britain Got Talent,
Yeah.
how was it for you being in competition mode? Like, because you seem like such a humble soul.
Oh, thank you.
Like there is a side to you that's like, I would tear anybody up. So how is it like being in competition mode, and how was it like for that?
Oh, that's a good question. And it's weird because Britain's Got Talent is very like short show, and it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like, as much as it is a competition, it doesn't feel like you're in a competition. I think also what makes it feel like that is because I never applied to go on the show. So I was scouted to be on the show. And I was like, I knew I'd always watched the shows, of course, like X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent. But I always said, I don't want to be in the show. Like, I always said, like, no, I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to be in a talent show. I don't want to compete with other people. And yeah, when God says something, then there's no going back. I always feel like God uses the things that you do not want to do. But yeah, so it was for me, when I was going on the show, it was more like, okay, I just want to get through the first stage, because of course I went and I sang And I'm Telling You, and for me, I just wanted Simon to let me sing that song. If he let me sing the song, then after that everything was going to be okay. And of course after the audition it was great. But to tell you the truth, I don't think the element of you're in a competition, you need to win, ever kicked in. I think you're in your own bubble, because I feel like Britain's Got Talent, you're not with everyone else. It's not like X Factor where you move into a house and you're with everyone and you're kind of aware. You're just kind of by yourself. And then after the auditions, after it's aired, you have like 6 weeks and you're with a vocal coach and it's literally just you. So I feel like until you're now on stage, that's when it kicks in, like, oh, okay, I'm in a talent show. But anything before that is just like, I just have to be my best.
Got you.
Yeah.
So then now, you were 15 when you did that.
Yeah.
Crazy. So
Crazy.
I'm trying to remember, how far did you get again? When did you?
Okay, so I got the golden buzzer from Simon Cowell, which means you go straight to the semi-finals. And then I came out of the semi-finals, and then I got brought back in by the judges as a wild card. So I got into the finals, basically.
So you got into the finals, but a wild card. But
Yeah,
that was still epic. You understand that you were
I
able.
know it was still
I'm
crazy.
back.
I'm back. I'm the comeback kid.
So were you okay? But now, when you came back, did you understand? Like, okay, I need to get to work now. Like, did you understand? Like,
Do you know what? Everything. Do you know? So I got told I was the wild card on the day of the finals. Every like, okay. But the good thing is that in that 6 weeks where you're rehearsing with the vocal coach, you always have the final song. So just in case like you go to the finals. So we already knew the song, but everything just kept changing, like versions kept changing. Like I'm young as well, like I'm tired. Like this is all in a space of like 1 week. Like I've probably like been voted out on Wednesday and then now I'm back on Friday. Like it's all mad. But again, my dad is always like, listen, if this is what God has called you to do, get back into it, and like you just have to switch. I think I'm so in that mindset of like I can just switch. Like I know like this is like when to be relaxed and this is when to be serious. But it's very natural. Like I don't tell myself like, okay, yeah, let's do it. It's just on.
let me ask you, do you miss that intenseness? Would you do it again?
No.
No.
Hell no. Do you know what it is, yeah? I love it. I miss Britain's Got Talent. I wish I could rewind it, but I wouldn't ever do it again just because I feel like that had its time. Like I wouldn't especially because even after Britain's Got Talent, I did Showtime at the Apollo, and of course it's still a competition, but of course not as intense as Britain's Got Talent. I mean, I would say Showtime at the Apollo is more of like a showcase, of course. Like it's brutal, but it's more of like a showcase. But I feel like the competition has had its time. I feel like for me now, it's just about putting music out there and just, you know, getting through to people in like that way. You know, I was very young, but I feel like now I'm 20 years old. I have more things to say. I know who I am. So like I want to express myself through my own music.
Definitely. Well, let's get into some of your music now.
Okay.
So I have Waiting in front of me.
Waiting. I literally released that like 2 months ago.
Talk to us about it.
Waiting. Yeah, Waiting's a funny one. So this was last year during the pandemic. It was it kind of eased down. It was around June-ish, and it was in a way it was a blessing and a curse because of course, like I was always going out doing performances, and of course that got like cancelled. So you're sad about that, but it gave me free time to like go studio and explore. So this is the first time. So Waiting was the first time I'd been to the studio in like a year, and it was literally like a freestyle. Like the whole like first verse chorus is literally like a freestyle, and the whole melody is like the same. In fact, today is 1 year since I went to the studio. So how about that? Since basically Waiting was born. But really essentially, yeah, Waiting's a bit shady still. I just feel like it's about that one person where like of course you love them, but you know they're not good for you. So like, you know, that they're always coming back and you're always going back and you're obviously waiting for them to act right, but let's be honest, it's never gonna happen. But so it's not as deep as Save You, but it's about me. Like I'm growing. Like I'm not that young 15-year-old girl anymore. Like life is happening. So it's essentially about that.
Essentially about. We'll go ahead and can we place a little bit of it? Would you like to introduce it?
Yes. So this is Waiting, and this is my second single, and this is off of my new EP coming soon.
Oh, he's Waiting.
I've been going back through my mind and phases. You've been going through stuff for what I'm expecting. Think about when it all started. around with you and promise. I,
Got some fire emojis.
you be mine. Hold it, I see me in your arms. I love it when you come back, love it when you come back, baby, when you're back. Come and grab what's yours, go and take what's yours. You're the only one.
Pull it, come on. A straight bop. That's a vibe.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
I like it. First of all, you got the poem coming on the beginning, like it's just
It's so shady.
shady. But nah, it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's real. People can relate to it. You know.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's dope. So now, how are you trying to find your sound? You're no longer 15. You're not on shows anymore. You're a young woman. You're out here waking up at 4 in the morning for your interviews.
Exactly.
So, how are you finding your sound? Where do you see yourself going with music in the next year?
That's a good question, because for a long time it's trying to find that sound, and even now I still don't feel like I've captured it yet, but I guess that's a journey in itself. I think it's trying to get that balance, because I still want to keep the element of the voice and, you know, having that, you know, very definitive voice and knowing, okay, that's Sarah on the track, and I want to have those big vocals, but it's still trying to keep it in a way that's still current, of course, because you don't want to, you know, you want to have the elements of like the Whitney, Aretha vocals, but you don't want it to sound like we're in 1962. Like, so it's trying to have that balance, and unfortunately, it's very hard to do. And I feel like, especially in the UK, I feel like R&B is definitely coming back, and there's definitely a market for it. But right now, it's more to do with the sound and the vibe than the voice. Like, no one really cares about the voice like anymore or too much. So I think for me, it's trying to bring that back, but trying to bring it back in a very current way. But it's very difficult, because now finding a producer who could kind of balance the two is very hard. But this is why I love America. Like, this is why I want to be in New York right now, because I just feel like it's such a different vibe, and I just feel like you guys get it more than here. Like, unfortunately to say, you guys just kind of, you get that sound, and I feel like that sound is definitely much more appreciated. But, you know, hopefully someone can bring it back, and hopefully it can be me.
Okay, let's speak it into existence.
Let's speak it into existence.
If you guys have not, go ahead and stream that Waiting. Make sure y'all go ahead and run that up. Americans, you know what time it is. Let's love, and let's request this on our favorite radio stations.
Oh, thank you.
Got a music video yet?
No. Do you think I should do one?
You should.
I just don't know what it'd be like, though.
You gotta fit. Well, that's gonna be the masterpiece, because people need to connect the sound, the audio with the visual, and I feel like that is a piece that's missing from back in the day. Whitney always put out dope videos that Michael, Janet, all of these people that are iconic. So I feel like we don't want to lose that piece. You gotta put a visual out.
Yeah, I think I do, because I wanted to do a visual for something else, but then I feel like this one now needs one. It's just that I'm kind of stuck on the creatives. But yeah, I should definitely look into doing it.
Definitely. Well, listen, we can talk offline. I'm a creative director. This is what I do.
Okay. Do you dance as well?
Yes, I'm a choreographer.
I've always wanted to be a dancer in my dreams.
Well, you can teach me some singing lessons, and I can teach you some.
You can teach me some dance. Say the word. Say the word. It's a deal.
Okay.
It's a deal.
Say no more. So now you have Waiting and you have Save You.
Yeah.
So those are your only singles that you have out.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, okay, yeah, it's been a bit of a it's been a long journey, and I really do wish, like, I wish that I like could put out more, but I'm such a uh, you're perfectionist to a certain degree in terms of like I only want to put out what I'm going to be happy about. That even if people are like, oh no, I don't really like this, or you know, Sarah, this is not you, I'm like, no, but I liked it, you know, I like it. So I do take my time with it, and like I know a lot of the times like people get frustrated, like Sarah, you're taking long, like you're logging it, but it's all about you. The artist has to be happy. You've got to be very confident, because if it gets slack or whatever, it's you that's going down, and you don't ever want to be at a point where you're like, oh yeah, you know what, I knew it wasn't good, or I never really liked it that much. You've got to be very confident in yourself. So for me, it's just putting out content or music that I'm essentially happy with and I'm happy to share with everyone else.
Definitely. But then now you heard even what Mercedes said, like, you know, you never want to sacrifice the quality of your work
Yeah,
on social media.
100.
How do you find yourself in this sea of social media junkies and influencers?
Isn't everybody?
And
Just everybody is on social media.
okay, how do you navigate through that and be like, yo, I'm still a talented singer. I'm a real voice, and I'm a real artist, regardless if they have 1 million followers.
Yeah.
How do you find yourself to stay strong through that?
I think you have to know what it is. You have to know that social media is just a platform, and it's got its pros and it's got its cons, but it's finding that balance and taking time. For example, like my mom always says, like, you know, go on social media for the right things, go to get inspired, go, like, you know, listen to others people work, be like, okay, yeah, I could take something away from this, or I could do this. But immediately you go and you start comparing yourselves, and you start thinking like, okay, but why does this person have more followers? They can't even sing, and this and that. That's immediately like you've just taken it away. You've got to find the positive and take what you can from there, because you know social media can be very toxic, but you've got to find that balance and just be like, okay, yo, this is what is meant for me. So my social media is for my music. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. A lot of the times it's also good to have like healthy competition and look at people who are doing better than you and be like, okay, not for very long, I'm coming for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just good to take the positives, everything, find a positive, use that to your advantage. Like if someone's doing better than you and you feel like, no, like I should be there, or I want to be like that, use that to motivate you. And I think that's what I've done, because it's not easy, and I don't want people to think that, you know, I'm like I've got it all covered. No, there are times where I'll literally go on social media and I'll compare myself to other people, and then, you know, your mood's down and your energy's low, and it's just a work in progress, really.
It's definitely, and I think everybody goes through that. As much
100%.
as, oh, I'm not affected by social media, lies. No.
Lies. You really are.
So now, how do you play this social media game? Do you think that doing covers to kind of keep you, like, while you're not releasing music is a good thing to do? Or talk to us about just what tips you have.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like because I'm not releasing music, covers will always be like, you know, just a good way to keep, you know, keep putting out content and to keep people happy, because of course we want quality over, you know, quantity. So people still want to hear you sing, or whatever you do, whether it's dancing or whatever, people still want to see that content, whether it's your song, whether it's someone else's song. I don't think people care too much as long as they're still singing, you know, why they're following you. You know, you should never take that away, which is what I did at the start. I just thought that, oh, because I'm not releasing music, I'm just gonna not post or just post pictures. But really and truly, you know, that's not what your following's there for. You know, they want to see you doing your craft. So I'll always put out covers, and I really do try. Sometimes I slack, but I do try and at least post a cover once a week, because it's healthy. It helps you grow. You never know what it could. You could be literally one cover away from going viral.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? You might not necessarily become famous or whatever because of your own song. It could literally just be because of a cover, and then you go from there.
Absolutely. Listen, Sarah's dropping gems. I hope y'all listening, singing. Like, so make sure covers. It works. There we go. Mercedes saying period.
Period. Yes.
100% facts. So I know it's 4:00 over there, but would you mind blessing us with a little bit of vocals? Would you?
He said, whoa, wow. You should have given me a warning.
Listen, if you're not able to, I can.
No, it's fine. Okay, like, okay, what do I say?
Anything. Listen, anything.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, this is so old school. I'm gonna sing Amazing Grace because this is the safest thing I can sing. Okay. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Come on.
Thank you, Miss William.
Come on, it's cool. Hey, Amy, you doing this to us right now on the live.
Thank you.
You are monstrous. Please put out. I know for you, it probably feels like it needs to be perfect because artists, I'm like that too with my content and my.
Yeah.
But put it out if you know that it's good and if you got 9 men in a 10-man room that says yes, and
Yes.
the person that's saying no, put it out. Like,
Put it out.
Put it out because you never put it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like
Exactly.
that, but you're so good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to take your advice.
Definitely. What advice can you give to young girls that want to do the exact same thing you're doing? They want to sing, considering doing American Idol, Britain's Got Talent.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to that young lady right now?
I would say, and it's so cliche, but never give up. You just can't give up.
Yes.
You just can't, because you never know when you're about to reach your blessing. I feel like, especially like when Mercedes was saying rejection and stuff like that, it's building you. You know, I believe in God, and I just believe that these times you're being molded, and you know your mind is being set. You're becoming stronger. I'm not the same girl that I was, you know, when I was 15, and I'm not where I want to be yet, but you have to keep going. Success is definitely not overnight, 100%. Another thing also is don't trust anyone. A lot of people will come to you and say, okay, I can do this for you, or you need to do this. You know in your heart what's right. And I feel like also there are times where there'll be very good moments and you feel like, okay, yeah, it's taking off. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Because a lot of the times you'll have times where you'll see people and, you know, they're, you know, maybe they've been signed or they've now got that manager, and then all of a sudden they've stopped putting out content. And you don't hear about them, and then, you know, something goes wrong, and you have to keep doing what you're doing. Don't slack, and keeping faith. But faith without action is dead. So you've got to know, okay, yeah, this is what God's got for me. I believe it's going to happen. But okay, what am I going to do about it? For me, I love doing the covers. I love waking up every day and being like, oh, I'm going to do this. Why? Because I know God's going to do it for me one day. So every day I'm a step closer.
Definitely. That was beautifully said, okay? And she gave it to y'all for free. Listen, Sarah, it is so dope to hear you sing.
Thank you so much. It was lovely being on the show.
Absolutely. And you cannot be a stranger. Maybe we'll do a stay up until
100%. 110%.
But 125%. Okay. But you were a trooper. You sung for us and ever so eloquently. We got to definitely listen, we have all around the world today. We got Toronto in the house. We got
Yes.
house. We got London. Wait, you in London?
Yeah.
London's in the house. So the fact is that music is basically the common denominator here.
Yes.
And it's just to show you that music is a universal language. And I'm over here and fell in love with it. And I was like, I would definitely love to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, so the fact that we're having this conversation is just of that.
Literally.
Keep putting out music.
I will.
Well, Sarah, let everybody know what you got coming up next and where we can find you.
Okay, so guys, you can find me on basically all social media, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and I literally just go by the name Sarah Ikumu. And stay on the lookout because I am planning on releasing my own stuff very, very soon. I don't have a specific date, but there's always covers. So yeah, that will keep you busy for the meantime. But yeah, you can find me on all social media platforms.
Definitely. Okay, and do you have a YouTube page?
Yes, it's just if you type in Sarah Ikumu, you'll find me there.
Okay, so we all need to be subscribing to her YouTube channel.
Yes, please.
That's right, and we're gonna be seeing that visual real soon.
Yes. You can direct it.
Listen, I'm game. Let's make it happen. I'm down.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk soon.
Talk soon.
All right, everybody. So listen, y'all. That was a super dope interview. All the interviews. Mercedes, big up yourself.
Yes.
Sarah, big up yourself.
Yes.
P. Dot, big up yourself.
Yes.
All right, listen, y'all definitely are doing things in music that I feel like a lot of people wish. You know what I'm saying? Keep grinding, keep on it. Black culture, the breakdown is here, and we are here to support y'all. And we gonna listen. Culture nights. You gotta support Black artists. You gotta support Black music.
Yes.
Because this is how they stay in rotation. We gotta make sure we show them love, and we gotta make sure we respect people that put their artistry first.
Yes.
Okay? So make sure we stay on top of that. Sarah, you are a gem. Again, I am your boy Jerzey. I am all out of here. I'm mad tired. There's flies flying around here. Need to get this stuff together. But I'm about to see y'all later. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. That's free.
Yes.
Whenever you're done with that, log on to my YouTube and subscribe to that as well. That's free too.
Yes.
And I just dropped a new visual, okay, to my favorite girl groups back in the day. Take a look at that. Super swaggy. But I'm really out of here. My phone is dying. And I had a great time with y'all. But it's time to bounce. Deuces.